Ever wondered what happens with the 2 weeks rent you pay before you move into a property? Over the years, this money has been incorrectly described as advanced rent, with a misconception that it is held for use at the end of your tenancy, which is not the case. Let us explain it for you. Picture you are here. You've just been approved for a new rental property and you move into it in 1 week's time. Let's imagine that the property you've just leased costs $500 per week. This amount will be represented by this money bag. Once you get to approval status on a property, you are required to pay a holding deposit equivalent to 1 week's worth of rent, which just secures the property for you. This amount will be used as rent once your lease commences. You will also be required to pay the 2nd week's rent before your lease starts. So from the day your lease begins, you have the first 2 weeks worth of rent covered, with that first payment being delivered to your landlord. Whenever you pay your rent, your property manager records your payment in your rental ledger and will issue a receipt that has your paid to date on it. This date is very important to keep you informed of where you have paid rent up until. In most circumstances, tenants pay their rent electronically, which can cause delays from the banks, meaning that when the money is sent to your property manager, it won't be delivered to them for a couple of days. Because of these delays we experience, we ask that our tenants continue to pay rent consistently and on time from the end of week 1. This will mean that you always have 1 week's worth of rent ready to be delivered to your landlords while the next payment is being processed by the bank. When you give your notice of leaving a property, your property manager will take into account your paid to date, your advanced status, and will calculate how much rent you owe for the remainder of your time in that property. At this point, your rental rate is broken down into daily amounts to accommodate different vacating scenarios. It is also a good idea to keep in mind that public holidays can cause an added delay on bank processing. Another reason why keeping that paid to date well in the future is a great idea. Please know we are here to assist and look forward to facilitating a successful and smooth tenancy.